Hello and welcome along to Mondo Chelloveck Movies. My name is John, and this video is going to be an unpacking of this monstrous bag that I got from my good friend Ken Sparnon. I first met Ken in HMV Newcastle on the 18th of October. See, I told you I wrote everything down. And he introduced himself to me and we had a good chat. And in this chat, he talked about this selection of stuff here, and he said, would I care for them? Because he's downsizing at the minute. And he wondered if I needed these in my collection. I said, honestly, that sounds absolutely fantastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unbox everything, I'm going to show you everything that's in there, and also take you through how I'm going to put these on the shelves. I want to thank Ken and Helen once again for thinking of me and giving me this amazing stuff. So I'll take you through the first section of these movies. First up is the Forbidden World. Now, as you can see, a lot of these are still even wrapped. So this is absolutely incredible. The fact that these are like literally brand new. A lot of these movies here, you just don't find them that much these days. And I'll take you through the ones that I've actually seen, or the ones that I really want to see. This is a Roger Corman collection. Great producer, great director, great filmmaker. It was still around, thank God. And this movie here, Forbidden World, is a movie I wanted to see for a long time and just never got around to it. I never had a chance to see it. I've had it in my sort of like to buy list for a long time. I'm talking years and years. So this is great. Now do know that these are numbered. So this is great. So that's number one, Forbidden World, which I haven't seen. Number two is another one. Actually, I was looking at this today. It come up on I was looking through eBay, and this one actually came up. I'm just thinking to myself, this one there was in here for some reason. I think it was on the Video Nasties list, but this is not a Video Nasty as far as I know. So number two in this collection is The Unborn. Never seen this movie, but weirdly enough, like I say, when I was looking through my eBay to check out and see what was around, this one came up. So I will be getting into this one. Never seen it. A New Generation in Terror. Spine number two. Still shrink wrapped. Next, still shrink wrapped, is spine number three. Big Bad Mama. These exploitation movies from the 70s are just incredible. They're so watchable. They're so fun. This is the thing my dad used to watch on the TV, and so I was, I was an early fan of exploitation movies, even though I didn't know they were what exploitation movies was. So that's spine number three. That is Big Bad Mama. What a title. Next up is the one that I haven't seen, but I've heard a load of things about. This is another one that I wanted to get, but haven't got around to it yet. This is spine number four. This is Big Bird Cage. This is one of the rare ones in here that's actually opened. Now, I'm thinking this has definitely been released by somebody. I know it has. But these ones here, I remember I was down in FOP many moons ago, and I saw this collection actually on the shelves, and I was tempted to get it, but I never got around to it. And then it goes by, and you just forget all about them, or they become really hard to get. To be honest, I'd never see these out in the wild now, so this is great actually own these. So that's spine number four, the Big Bird Cage. Next is spine number five, Black Belt. You know, it's funny when you get these exploitation movies, they always have kung fu in them, martial arts, as a part of it, as a subgenre. Really good. So that's another one I haven't seen. So actually, in all of these so far, I haven't seen. So that's Black Belt. I would imagine that some of these movies might not have found a re-release in a Blu-ray or 4K or anything. Next up is spine number six. Now, this is a movie that I heard a lot about back in the day. Now, the reason I was drawn to this movie was because of the title, Not of This Earth. Now, it was a Danzig song, like Glenn Danzig, who was the lead singer in the Misfits and still is the lead singer in the Misfits, the new Misfits, kind of, the new old Misfits, wow. He's got a song called Not of This Earth, and Nothing Bites Like I Do. And it's probably after this movie, because most of the Misfits songs were, but you never know. But that's what made me think I've got to see this movie. Never seen it. Somewhere on this world stalks a thing that is not of this earth. What a great title. That's spine number six. Never seen it. Next is another movie that I probably have seen, but so long ago I have got no memory of it. Spine number seven. It is Grand Theft Auto. There's Richie Cunningham there. Don't know who the girl is, but I've got to have seen this back in the day on the TV. I just know I have because the title. But what a great title it is, because it's It is quite current these days, believe it or not. Grand Theft Auto. So that's spy number 7. Next is another movie that I haven't seen, but I really wanted to see. It's another one that I've been wanting to go and buy, but never got around to it. So spy number 8 is Slumber Party Massacre. This is the one that's high on my list. It's funny how there's movies that like kind of staples of the genre that I haven't actually went near or I haven't been like haven't come into contact with. Yeah, that's spy number 8. That's Slumber Party Massacre, high on my list to watch. Now, this I did watch one the other night, which is spy number 9, which is Attack of the Crab Monsters. Now, I'm a huge fan of these movies. The special effects in here are bad, and that's the way I like it. I don't want these special effects to be groundbreaking. I want them to be absolutely crazy. And this is like that movie. It's black and white, and it's actually the funny thing about this is if anyone knows me, I can't stand crabs, so I find them like really disgusting. There is real crabs in this, but they're just kind of little ones on the beach, which I can put up with. But this thing is laughable. I don't know how to even describe it. It's really a bad uh, movie monster, which is what I like about these movies. So yeah, I had a good time with this one, and yeah, but a title like that, it's got to be high on my list. It shows me all of these ones. This is the one I navigated to, and got it immediately and to watch. So that's Attack of the Crab Monsters. And next up is spy number 10, Death Sport. Now, this has been re-released by 88 Films recently. No, 101 Films. I don't know if 101s have anything to do with this movie because this franchise, because it's called 1 in 2 Film, Metrodome, which I'm sure I've seen that before on old movies. I think that's the one. Last House on the Left was out by these. Spy number 10. Never seen it, but really interested in it. Love the cover in it. So the best thing about this one is when you put them all together, you can see the spine and it spells out Roger Corman. So how's that? And when I get the next lot out, I'll put these over there. Now, Ken had said to me that these things look great in the shelves, and they do. I mean, I like collections like that, especially number collections that spell out something. That's a brilliant sort of thing there. You don't really get the spelling out these days that much, but more of that in a minute. So the next setting here is a Grindhouse collection from 88 Films. This is spine number 1. Cannibal women in the avocado jungle of death. True story, I would imagine. Still shrink wrapped. Just amazing. Now I know these have come out. Some of these come out on Blu-ray, but I haven't got any of these, so this is great. So these are all ones that I would have watched anyway, but just haven't come across them. Never went and bought them, but they're definitely ones that interest me. Adrienne Barbeau there, which is always something good to see, and also Shannon Tweed. I don't know who this girl is, but yeah, what a title though. These women are serious about their taste in men. So that's spine number 1. Spine number 2 is The Day the Earth Ended. I love movies like this. I love covers like this. The cover actually looks so bad it's good. I don't know. I never heard anything about this movie. Their lives became a living hell, a mind-bending vortex of terror. Jim Davis, Christopher Mitchum. Oh, Christopher Mitchum, that's Robert Mitchum's son. Dorothy Malone. Don't know what year this is from. But yeah, still shrink wrapped. I remember seeing again. I remember seeing these in the FOP and thinking I'll have to get myself some of them, and just never did it. So I want to thank Ken once again for giving me the chance to look at these movies. These are all movies that I just love. I love this type of movie. Next is spine number 3, which is Slave Girls from Beyond Infinity. Big movie, big production, big girls. Remember that? The HMV Blue Cross sale? These are all still shrink, honestly still shrink wrapped. Perfect condition. So this one actually has a bonus feature on it called Famous TNA 1982. Wonder what that's about. Yeah, spine number 3. I love numbered editions. They're just great. But then again, it's the kind of curse of the collectors, isn't it? As soon as they get numbered, then we're going to collect the whole lot. Next up is spine number 4, which is Creepazoids. Now, I've seen this movie before. Really enjoyed it, actually. very low budget. These effects are quite good, all practical, just men in suits, but why not? Actually, you get a bonus film on here as well called Film Gore 1983, so this is working out quite good. The other two don't have bonus films on, but you're getting two movies for one, which is great. I don't know if the Blu-rays had that on. Probably did, but I'm not too sure. So Creepazoids. Next up is spy number 5. It is Dr. Alien, and there is the ever amazing Linnea Quigley. She must have been in every single exploitation movie ever known to man. It does have a bonus feature on here, bonus film. Auditions, 1978. Never heard of that one. Really interested about these movies. This is the type of movie I could sit and watch all day. Just have a blast out these movies. She has a cure for growing pains. Next is spy number 6. Seed People. Great cover, that, isn't it? Original Video Zone behind the scenes. The Video Zone, the Full Moon Trailer Park and all that. They're great. These are all Full Moon movies as well. Love Full Moon movies. Really good. Really low budget. That's where I like it. Yeah, it's spy number 6. Seed People. Never heard of it though. Never seen it. Next up is spy number 7. Beach Babes from Beyond. Hot Tan Alien. Joey Travolta. Linnea Quigley again. Here she is again. Now, Joe Estevez. Now, is he Emilio Estevez's brother was in because I thought this bloke looked amazing, like so much like Emilio Estevez that turned out to be him and Charlie Sheen. His other brother, Joe Estevez, I'm sure that's who he is, and that's in Zero Boys. Wow. Um, this is going to be quite interesting. The fact you've got Joe Estevez and Joey Travolta in there, that'll be something different. You can't really show you the pictures too much on the back of there, but this, yeah, interesting that purely because of that cast. That's really piqued my interest. Spy number 7, Beach Babes from Beyond. And lastly in this series, spy number 8 is Mandroid. I'm sure I've seen this because this title just screams, 80s video shop for me. I would have definitely got this out. Like I say, I'm a huge fan of anybody who's got any sort of robotic stuff about it. Robocop, all of that stuff. I used to love all of them things. I will go and navigate to those type of movies all the time. But I'm sure I can't think of it as a cover. Probably that is something to do with what the cover used to look like back in the day. But I will definitely check that out. That's Mandroid. So that's these ones here. I'll put them over there with the rest of the ones. All numbered 1 to 8. Look amazing on the shelves. So look at that. Amazing there. Now you will notice that my Shameless ones have disappeared, and that'll give you an idea what's coming up next. So amazingly, Ken has gifted me pretty much all of the Shameless DVDs. If you're interested in these Shameless movies, I'm going to link down below the channel Old Man Chimes Reviews. Now, I've just recently binged everything on his channel. His channel is absolutely fantastic. I urge you to get across there. Even if you just want to sort of look at like low budget horror in general. He's got a great way of presenting, and I was really invested in what he was talking about. He goes into like really good deep details about these movies, gives you a bit of a synopsis about them, tells you all about the print and all about, and tells you about spelling mistakes on the covers. He does a fantastic job. So I'd watch all of these, the Blu-ray versions on his channel, and he's doing the AGFA next. So he's done effects. So get yourself over there and really get watching this channel because it's absolutely brilliant. So in the Shameless DVDs, and like I say, I might have to censor some of these ones, unfortunately. Spy number 1 is New York Ripper, Lucio Fulci's slasher masterpiece. This is a great movie. Obviously, some of these are cut. That's the only, but you've got to give it a Shameless at least they tried. They got the most complete versions out they could. And the fact is that they're the only ones who have actually released this in the UK. So you've got to give them that. I'm sure they've done it in Blu-ray as well. But these are all DVDs, and they're actually the numbered ones. So yeah, amazing. So that's spy number 1. That's New York Ripper. Lucio Fulci. You can't go wrong. And again, some of these are sealed. So spine number 2 is Phantom of Death. No, I haven't seen this movie. This is the Ruggero Deodato movie who made Cannibal Holocaust. And this one is fully uncut as well. So there's some of them are fully uncut and some of them aren't. But you know, it's just sometimes you can just say, I've seen the movie. And maybe you want to go on and get the full uncut one, maybe on the back of it, or you don't really like the movie, so it gives you a good chance to sort of try before you buy. So that's number 2, that's Phantom of Death. Number 3 is a banned video nasty. It is Killer Nun. This is a strange movie to be banned. It is quite gory. I think it was probably for the fact of the cover on the original one. It's and the fact it was a nun, so I think that was the thing that upset people back in the day. So anyway, it got banned. I don't think it's that bad actually. Spine number 3, but it's a decent watch and it's decent print as well. And this is another one where the Blu-ray is really hard to get or really expensive. You're better off probably sticking on the DVD. So that's number 3 is Killer Nun. Next, Killer 4. Number 4 is Torso. This is an amazing giallo. I think it's one of the best ones out there. It's just such a good movie. I would love this on 4K. This is this killer here is just got a great look. This whole scene there with this killer in the misty sort of bog marshes is great. Very gory as well. It's an early giallo. This is fully uncut as well. Great movie though. So that's spine number 4. That's Torso. May get it on here and think that was a good movie, but I don't know if I'd be going for the Blu-ray of it. Another try before you buy. Like I say, the cover's a little bit, yeah. So that's spine number 5, Venus and Furs. Great song by the Velvet Underground. Really want to watch that one. Next up is spine number 6. It is Lucio Fulci's The Black Cat. This is a great movie and it came out, it's right in the middle of all his real gore epics, 1981. So this is the one that I was talking about in another video that's saying it gets missed out. A lot of people don't go to it, but this is, if you can imagine Lucio Fulci, it's not gore heavy, but there's some good gore in it. But it's more like a Hammer movie. It's shot in England. It's just, it's great actually. I'd heard bad things about it, but when you watch it, you think, well, that was a great movie. So that's spine number 6. That's The Black Cat. Next is spine number 7, Flavia The Heretic. This is another kind of non-exploitation movie in a fashion. This is first time uncut. So actually, you know, Shameless did sort of push the envelope a little bit. And these movies, I mean, these covers as well, they're quite exploitational. When you see them on the shelves, you think, wow, they're able to put this stuff on here. Probably had a sticker on it. I've got a sticker on it now, but that's just, YouTube don't like that for whatever reason, like, whatever. So, yeah, so that's spine number 7. That's Flavia The Heretic. Next is another Lucio Fulci movie, spine number 8. It is Manhattan Baby. This is fully uncut. Now, this is coming on the end of his good movies, his great movies. This movie is still a good movie. A lot of people put this in the same league as Black Cat, where they say just forget about it. But I think it's a great movie. It's got a beautiful print on here as well. And I think the Blu-ray had a few issues with the print on there. So, this is probably, in my opinion, probably one of the best ones to go for at this moment. But this is, I really enjoy this movie. And it's much better than you would think. It's got a great cast as well. It's just the title. There's another title. I'm sure it's got a different title, but I just think that the worst thing about this movie is the title, unfortunately. So that's spine number 8. That's Manhattan Baby. That does mean something, by the way. I thought, what on earth can that be about? But it's kind of loose. It's a loose title. Next is spine number 9. Is Night Train Murders. Now this is a great movie. Now this is first time uncut. I couldn't believe when this was uncut. I mean, this movie is really brutal. There's some stuff in here which you can't believe. Some stuff, it doesn't get through, and it's usually animal cruelty stuff which you think were fair enough. This movie's got some real brutality in it. It's nasty, and it got through uncut. It's so, how did that work out? I don't know. So yeah, so spine number 9, Night Train Murders, a really good movie, 1975, I believe. And plus as well, it's got a theme tune by Demis Roussos. Yep, actually, I think Rizzo Ortolani did the music on that. Maybe, I think. Next up is spine number 10. It is The Frightened Woman. Now, this is a great movie, fully uncut. And this stars Dagmar Lassander, who's absolutely brilliant. Now, this movie's coming out on Blu-ray as well, which I will be buying. But it's great to have this. I don't mind that this movie is on DVD. This collection is great and it'll look amazing on these shelves. So yeah, The Frightened Woman, great movie. Very weird in a way. More like it's hard to describe without going into too many details with YouTube, get some buzzwords out of it. Anyway, these are all Region Zero, by the way, these movies. That's spy number 10, that's The Frightened Woman. Next is spy number 11, My Dear Killer, fully uncut. Now, some of these movies might have migrated into the 88 stuff on here. I'm thinking there is a couple of the things in here. But obviously, when you collect this, when Ken has collected this whole collection here, he's got them for the numbers. And obviously, on the end of it, when I put them on the shelves, you'll see that it does spell Shameless on the side. So I'm really excited to see what it looks like in the shelves. I don't think I've seen this movie though. I really don't. Um, yeah, but I like this stuff. It's obviously a giallo. It's by Tom Tonino Valeri. So yeah, so that's My Dear Killer. I don't think I've seen that one. Next up is spy number 12. It is Rapman. What a title. Now this person, this character, this Rapman is quite a strange little person. And yeah, it's what a cover that is. That's a great cover, isn't it? It's it's a play on Jaws. But yeah, he's the critter from the uh-huh. Yeah, but it's another one. Actually I had this one before, but I haven't watched it. But what I will be doing is I'll be going through all the ones on here that I haven't seen and first and getting them watched. Because who knows, you might find a gem in amongst all of these. So that's spy number 12, 12. That's Ratman. Spy number 13 is What Have They Done to Your Daughters? This movie is a great movie. It's a brutal movie as well, and it says longest ever cut, which means it's probably not fully uncut. Although Arrow, my good friend John Hall, gave me the Arrow version of this, the US version, because it was a bit too strong for English palates, somebody said, and it got released over there, and it's got some really extreme stuff in there as well in the special features. But this was quite a good giallo, actually. It's just on the same ilk of What Have They Done to Solange, which is another great movie. It's got this kind of trope of this, like in schools and stuff like that. It's a bit odd. Actually, these days, these movies they just wouldn't see the light of day. So these movies in today's sensibilities are quite frowned upon. So that's spy number 13. What have they done to your daughters? Next is spy number 14. Who saw her die? Another giallo. First time on UK DVD. Who will survive to tell the tale? These covers are pretty exploitational, and when you see them out in the wild, you think, wow, that's a bit strong for just to have on the covers. But got to give it to Shameless that did it. So yeah, another one at full price, and I can't thank Ken enough for doing this for me. But yeah, all the ones like I say, if I haven't seen it, I will watch it. I don't think I've seen that one. And spine number 15 is The Designated Victim. First time UK DVD. It does say uncut there. I have seen this movie, and it's a great movie actually. It's kind of a giallo. Just how perfect is your plan? It's a good one actually. I remember seeing this and thinking, yeah, that was not a bad film at all. Like I say, you're going to see a lot of these sort of like things coming up here that hide stuff on the video, but on the covers, but nothing to do about that. Next is spy number 16, Strip Nude for Your Killer. Not sensationalistic at all, is it? This is probably going to get a lot of stickers over this cover anyway. Haven't seen this movie at all. Welcome to the Slash War. So that's spy number 16, Strip Nude for Your Killer. Next is spy number 17, Oasis of Fear. I've seen this movie. Actually, it's got Ray Lovelock in it. He's an English actor who was in Living Dead at the Manchester Morgue. Great actor. Sadly not with us anymore. I will watch it. I know I have watched this one. I'm pretty sure I have. Because I like him as an actor. And every time he's in a movie, I do get a blast out of it. I would imagine this is very 60s. It's just got that look about it, hasn't it? But I don't mind that. I think he sort of does them movies quite. He's kind of like a bit like a good-looking Austin Powers in a way. That's Oasis of Fear, spy number 17. Spy number 18 is Watch Me When I Kill. What a title! Now these are ringing bells for. I'm sure 88s have done some of these because this title is just popping in my head. Um, when I go berserk, you're better off dead. It does say uncut. Now this says first time on UK DVD, which makes me think, well, that's going to be cut because it would have big uncut on there, but it has got uncut there, so you know. But yeah, another one that's I will be going through all of these. There's a lot in here I haven't seen. So that's spy number 18. Spy number 18, yes. Watch Me When I Kill. Spy number 19 is Baba Yaga, the final cut. This is another movie that I really wanted to see, and don't know too much about it, but I do remember when I was a kid, I had a really sort of like a fairy tale book, and I had Baba Yaga in there, this sort of witch. Obviously, nothing like this, but that name stuck with me, and that made me think that I'll have to see this movie just for whatever reason, just the fact that it reminded me of my childhood in a strange way. But yeah, Shameless Fan Edition. This is. I don't know what the difference is. Like I say, get yourself down that channel and you can find out about all these movies because the guy does talk about these at length. Amazing. And other things like Vipco, Dead of Night, a lot of things. And usually they're all really low budget horror films. Where I love reviews about them type of things. So that's spy number 19, Baba Yaga, the final cut. Finally uncut, first time in the UK on DVD. Next up is spy number 20, Footprints on the Moon. Never heard of this movie at all. This looks like a really daft sci-fi movie. I'm all about them. I think they're great. And She Can Remember Only Fear. First time on DVD worldwide. It's great when you get these movies that you've just never ever heard of, but you just think, I'm going to have to check this out. Because these just really intrigue me. I think Shameless have picked a good lot of movies here to release. So that's spy number 20, that's Footprints on the Moon. Now those ones there that I've got, they're up to 20. They spell out the name Shameless. So I'm going to try and work out where I'm going to put that. Probably about there. I want you to see the full Shameless thing. And then there is some more here, which are like after the name and after when they run out of Shameless name, they kind of done some more. Now there's a few ones in here that aren't in here, and that's because they were released in box sets or maybe separately. So I will be picking them up at a later date. So I'll take you through the rest of them that are here. Still quite a few, but they're not the numbered. They're not all the numbered ones, but that's due to the fact that some of the in box sets, and obviously as well, there is this one that I got off my good friend Stephen Turnbull. Now this hasn't got a number on it at all, so I don't. Well, I'm going to put this at the end of this lot, but I don't know where this sits in the collection where it was released because I know there's one. Spy number 50 was the last DVD/Blu-ray. It was released on both formats. I don't know where this one fits in. Maybe this was 49. Not too sure. It doesn't give anything away. But what an addition this is. So unique. The washing machine. So yeah, so spy number 22 is Love Goddess of the Cannibals. Probably a true story. So you're probably not going to see much of this cover. Haven't heard of this at all, but Joe D'Amato, I'm saying there, Joe D'Amato. Why am I not surprised it is a Joe D'Amato film? You will die of pleasure. Great cover that. It's another one that you would pick it up and you would think, my God, how they let that one through. These days, do they really censor covers anymore? Because you couldn't do anything like this back in the day. It would just, well, you wouldn't even put it up for release. So that's spy number 22. That's Love Goddess of the Cannibals. Next up is a one, spy number 23, Satan's Baby Doll. Yeah, this is, well, basically, this whole cover, you're not going to see this one, unfortunately, because I like exploitation covers. It's actually a good cover. Sounds like this was going to be really over the top. So that's spy number 23, that's Satan's Baby Doll. Spine number 24 is The Beast in Space. So it looks like at some point, Shameless were getting a little bit going at these kind of really like, exploitation movies more than they did before, by the looks of it. Alfonso Brasquias, The Beast in Space, Sir Pelaine. I don't know. I will watch it though, because yeah. So that sounds a bit more extreme. Next up is spine number 30, The Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward. That's a silent H for copyright reasons. She'll grip you in the vice of sin. Now, I think I've seen this movie. I know I've got it on Blu-ray, but I'm not too sure if I have or not. Yeah. Sergio Martino is a great director. Absolutely brilliant. So that's spine number 30, The Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward. Next is spine number 33, Don't Torture a Ducklin, Lucio FY. This is a great movie. It's a giallo. Really good giallo. Really well done. 1971, I believe. Great movie. Got on Arrow, fully uncut. I don't know. This is fully uncut. I would imagine it is. It's not that bad. It's just kind of the subject matter is a little bit strange. So, good movie, and it's interesting that they've actually been able to get this in here because, you know, when somebody like Arrow get it, nobody else usually gets it, or maybe got this first. And how did Arrow get it if these got it? You know what I'm talking about. So that's spine number 33, Don't Torture a Ducklin. What a title. Next is spine number 34, The House on the Edge of the Park. Now, I know for a fact this is going to be cut. It's the longest running time, but yeah, it's this movie, though, is a brilliant movie. The more I watch it, the more I enjoy it. This is Ruggero Deodato's, his Shameless Fan Edition. And yeah, it's a great movie that you can really get into. Yes, it is brutal, and there's a lot of stuff in it you think are just extreme, but it's got a lot more to it than that. Definitely one you should try out. And don't forget, 88 have released this on 4K. It looks absolutely sensational, and they're going to probably at the end of this year they're going to get everybody's discs out because I know they're doing that in a minute, and you'll just get it through the door. They've said. So that's spine number 34. That's The House on the Edge of the Park. Next is spine number 36, Delamore. Another great cover. This is a great movie, actually. Now, I have heard that the Blu-ray's got a bit of a problem on it. And I think I've watched it. I watched bits of it, and I know what they're saying. I don't know if this has got the same problem. But I will. It's a great movie. It's made by the director, Michel Suave, who was in Demons. You know, the bloke with the mask on. And he's done a few movies. But this is a great movie from back in the day. Don't know what year this is out. 1980. I'm going to say 85, I think. So that's spine number 36. That's Delamore, or The Cemetery Man. Next is spine number 38, The House with Laughing Windows. Look at the price on that one. This one actually is one of the ones I always thought this was a Lucio FY movie, but it's not. It's Pupi Avati, the name. Now I just kept hearing this movie. Maybe FY has got a movie that sounds like that, but this is one that I've really sort of heard loads of things about. So I thought I'll definitely have to check that out. Don't know if this is cut or not, but yeah. So actually on here they're all region zeros, but at this point it's the region code is kind of missing off there. I would imagine they're all region zeros, but it doesn't actually say on here if they are or not. Like I say, that channel I'm going to link down below, he goes into loads of details about why these things are missing off, or the misprints, or the spelling errors, or why they said certain words like completely wrong, punctuation mistakes. It's really good, actually. So that's spine number 38. It's The House with the Laughing Windows. Now, the last one is the one that I've actually got myself. This is one that I had to get. I don't think Ken had got this one. But I had this one. I'm going to put this in the collection. And obviously the washing machine as well has come from Stephen Turnbull. So this is the last one in here. It's spine number 43. It's Contraband, Lucio FY movie with this lenticular cover. One of the best lenticular covers you'll ever see. This, actually, the scene in the movie is exactly like that. So good. This is, aka The Smuggler, or The Naples Connection. This is a great movie, this, and it's uncut as well. This movie is really brutal. It's a mafia movie. It's one of the best ones out there. And Lucio FY should have made more of these, I think. But I think this is the only one he ever did, as far as I know. This one is absolutely brilliant, and I do urge you, if you can get it with a lenticular cover, because you can just slip this out and you've got a normal cover on it. But why would you not want that? So that's them there. I'll put them on the shelves now. There you go. There's the Shameless ones. There's the 88 Grindhouse ones, and there's also the Roger Corman ones. They look absolutely amazing on the shelves. I wanted to get them in a way that you could see them, and they have to be on show, the way that Shameless is written out there. Brilliant. There's a few more I'm going to add to this, and I'm looking at them on eBay at the moment. Not too much. I'll get them, and that'll make that sort of like the most complete one that I can get. I know there's a few ones that you can't really get without getting box sets, which are quite hard to get now. They're very much out of print. So I want to thank Ken once again for this, because this is a great way that my shelves can I like my shelves to look great when you look in the room. You're kind of drawn to certain things. You think, wow, look at them, look at this. And that's a great thing to have there. And I want to thank Ken and Helen once again for thinking of me and giving me this amazing addition to my collection. What I will do in future videos, I'll talk more about this. And these ones here, I'll talk about what they look like when I'm watching them. Can't wait to get stuck in them, because these type of movies are right up my avenue of watching. Low budget, horror, schlock, nasties, so bad they're good. Just amazing, fun watches. So thanks for watching. You take care, especially you, Ken, and you, Helen. And I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.